Recently, Hypixel Skyblock brought back one of the best money-making methods in the game. It's tried and true, and many of you have heard it before. It's called sorrow farming. Sorrow farming is not only good because of the massive amount of money you can make per hour while sorrow farming, but one of the best parts about it is the massive amount of combat XP you can also make while grinding sorrows. Even to this day, it's still one of the best ways to get combat XP in the entire game. Combat XP is fantastic because not only does it level up literally the best skill in the game, but on top of the about 8 million coins per hour you're going to be making while grinding sorrows, that combat XP can also be helping you make money as well. But like always, before we do get started on this video today, guys, if you have seen any other videos like this, or this video does end up helping you out, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing. It helps out the channel so much more than you think. We just hit 10,000 subscribers about a week ago, and we're almost at 11,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the growth. Subscribing is always free. It helps so much. And plus, you can always unsubscribe later if I start making trash content. Lastly, if you have any questions for me, you have any concerns, or you want to join in the 5 million coin giveaway going on in the Discord server right now, please do consider joining. The link will be in the description. But if you're here for the actual video, let's get straight into it. For context, the armor made out of sorrows, called Sorrow Armor, got a massive buff, essentially making it a cheaper version of Devon's armor, which costs hundreds of millions of coins and is currently the best mining set in the game. Mining gemstones can make dozens of millions of coins per hour, making it so mining sets nowadays have massive demand. And this doesn't fall short for Sorrow Armor as well. Now that Sorrow got its massive buff, the prices for Sorrows have gone up like crazy. Not only has Sorrow Armor itself gone up a massive amount, but specifically the Sorrows themselves, which are going to be farming in this method, have gone up almost double. Previously, these Sorrows used to sell on AH for about 250 to 300k, and they're now selling on the AH for about 550 to 600,000 coins. This previously used to be a decent money-making method and is now literally making double the money that it was before. Nowadays, we have even more gear and even more talismans, essentially making this money-making method faster and faster. The first important thing is the gear that you need to do this method. Luckily for this method, you don't actually need a whole lot of gear, but some of it can be a bit expensive depending on where you are in the game. The first thing you're going to need no matter what is going to be a soul whip. There's really not many weapons that you can use to farm ghosts other than the soul whip, and it's by far one if not the best weapons that you can use to farm ghosts with. On this soul whip, ideally you're going to want some hot potato books in either the withered or fabled reforge. Both of them are good. On top of that, when it comes to enchants, you're going to want one of two sets of enchants. You're either going to want to have the one enchant one for all on it. This enchant can be pretty expensive, being around 11 mil on the AH right now, but essentially gives you 50% extra damage, or you can put standard enchants on it. There's pros and cons to using both one for all and standard enchants, and we'll go over that in a little bit later in the video. If you'd like to skip to that, the timestamps will be down below. The next part of the gear you're going to need is a damage set. A damage set can really be anything, but for me personally, I've got a tarantula helmet, ancient Necron chestplate, leggings, and boots. Ideally, if you want the best setup possible for armor, you're also going to want a warden helmet instead of a tarantula helmet. The warden helmet is absolutely fantastic, and you will be doing this the most efficient way possible if you have the warden helmet. Other than that, you can do exactly the setup I have here. You can also, instead of having a Necron chestplate, use a zombie knight chestplate for only about 1 million coins. You can also use full superior or full shadow assassin as well. Lastly, if you're trying to do the most damage, you're going to want to get yourself a mithril golem pet, specifically a legendary mithril golem pet. This is because not only do they give you true defense, but they also give you increased combat stats on any mining island. At level 100, I'm pretty sure this is 20%, and this makes your damage go up by a significant amount. We'll talk more about pets later though, because that can be a really important part of this money-making method. That's really all the gear that you're going to need. Keep in mind one thing, that the soul whip does need fishing level 26 to use, unfortunately, but a lot of you should have fishing 26 anyways. And on top of that, if you want to pick up some other stuff, you can pick up things like an overflux or a plasma flux, or even an ornate zombie sword. These things will keep you alive longer, especially if you're using the one for all reforge. You're not going to have lifesteal. In fact, now that we're on the subject, let's talk about one for all. Now, when you have a soul whip, like I said before, you can put two different sets of enchants on it. You can either put the one for all enchant, which deletes every single other enchant in replace for one for all, but it makes the damage significantly higher. And for the soul whip, this actually makes a huge impact. You will by far be doing the most damage so long as you've got one for all on your soul whip. And if you're in it for the combat XP, for example, I highly recommend using one for all. Though there are some benefits to using standard enchants as well. For starters, with one for all, you you do not get lifesteal. Lifesteal is extremely important for keeping yourself alive with ghosts. It's almost inevitable to get hit by ghosts because they're constantly spawning around you. Lifesteal will come in very clutch and save your life in a lot of different situations. Though if you already have good gear or an OFA or plasma flux, survivability really shouldn't be that big of an issue. Not only that, but the other thing that you're going to be missing is the scavenger reforge. This one is also extremely important because the ghosts drop a ridiculous amount of money. I'm pretty sure with high scavenger levels, they drop 300 coins each. It doesn't sound like a lot, but believe it or not, you will be making a lot of money off of that scavenger. Overall, at the end of the day, I do recommend going for one for all if you have the money for it. One for all is significantly more expensive, but if you can survive, it really will make your efficiency go up a lot more in the long run. Now let's get on with showing you guys how to do the actual method. The first thing you're going to want to do is do /warp_forge. This will spawn you in at the forge location, and from here, you're just going to want to follow my steps to get to the most ideal ghost farming spot. Once you get to this red banner right here, what you're going to want to do is walk up here and then drop straight down. This right here is a nice circle area that spawns in a ton of ghosts. I really don't recommend grinding ghosts unless you get this spot. Your efficiency goes up way more when doing this spot. If you're ever in this situation like me where you've got somebody else in your lobby, just keep lobby swapping until you get into an uncontested lobby. Right here, I have a mostly uncontested lobby, and all you're simply going to want to do is run in circles to get this ghost as hoarded up as you can. Once you have a pretty good horde of ghosts going, all you're going to want to do is shoot your soul whip straight into them and try to hit as many of the ghosts as possible. And dang, that was pretty lucky. Golden Jerry right off the bat. From here, killing the ghost is simple. All you're going to want to do is just walk into a circular motion, continue to hoard up ghosts. And I'm not even kidding you, that's literally all there is to it. From here, you're going to be dropping sorrows, and you also have the rare chance of dropping a bag of cash, which will give you 1,000,000 coins off the spot. Since this is an RNG-based money-making method, meaning that it is partially affected by Magic Find, I am actually going to avoid doing rates in this video since it can be inconsistent. Though, if you do want to know what it is, it tends to be, if you have a Warden Helmet, around 6 to 8 million coins an hour. Not only that, but you're going to be getting a ton of combat XP per hour as well, and that's where the fun part gets in. The next really good part about this money-making method is going to be for leveling up pets. If you have a good setup like full Necron and a Warden's Helmet, you're going to be doing a lot of damage anyways, and also I do recommend one for all. Some really big ways you can make money here is by leveling up pets, because this is one of the best ways to level up pets and make money at the same time. The wolf pet should be a really good pet to level up for all of you, costing only about 2.5 million coins at level 1. The best part about this is if you commit to using the wolf all the way to level 100, the wolf will then be worth 16.8 million coins, meaning that you are literally going to be getting around 15 million coins passively if you're able to level up this wolf in the meantime. Now, like I said before, you're going to need to be doing a lot of damage to make this worth it, but you can actually make a ton of money off leveling and flipping pets, and I do often find it disregarded when doing ghosts. Another benefit to doing wolves in specific is they actually have a perk that gives you a combat XP boost, meaning you're going to be getting more combat XP for yourself too. Isn't that great? One of the better pets to do if you're extremely rich is going to be an Ender Dragon pet. Though the flip isn't always that extreme, you can see that right here, level 65 is going to be about 365 mil. Whereas if you go find a level 100 pet without candies, it's going to be around 394 million coins. This means that if you have enough money to spend on an Ender Dragon at level 1, you are literally going to be flipping this for a 40 million coin profit by selling it at level 100. Overall, sorrow farming is one of the best money-making methods in the game now, not only with just the sheer amount of sorrows that you can get and how much money they're worth, but also the pet leveling as well. Not only this, but you're going to be making a ton of combat XP while doing this as well, so overall, it's one of the best money-making methods you can do in the game right now. Like always, if this video did help you out, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing. It helps so much, and plus, you can always unsubscribe later if I start making trash content. Consider joining the Discord for that 5 million coin giveaway, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.